Welcome aboard the USS Wisconsin. Let's see how unbreakable this ship really is. And now, here's Ripper.
Big guns thunder from the Badger's pride. Steel and fury cutting through the tide. She's old school muscle with battleship grace. USS Wisconsin still setting the pace.
Hey team, this is Ripper. You guys are doing fantastic today. Got a fun video with the USS Wisconsin. Yes, one of my favorite battleships now. Before, it seemed kind of weak in my personal opinion when I first saw it and first got it. But actually, you know, now that I look back at it and play it, this thing actually is really, really powerful, and especially in one of my favorite modes, Unbreakable Line. But as always, before we begin, like, subscribe, button below. Appreciate all the supporters of the channel. If you see value in what we're doing here today, smash those buttons. Thanks for stopping by and enjoy the show. So, yeah, the USS Wisconsin, it was that, I believe, dockyard, or, yeah, it was some kind of that special time frame where you could potentially get it, and it was a dockyard, one of the probably the best dockyard ships right there. And really, what is the selling point of this thing? Well, it's really the supreme accuracy and the funny button. Really, giving this funny button, giving you 50% reload time, and also being able to be like almost a Valparaiso, where you get the 80% reduction of time to get your consumables back, and really making this thing one of the most survivable ships in the game. Obviously, behind Valparaiso, I think is most broken survivable ship in the game. But really, watch the dispersion on this bad boy. And I think Potato Quality and a couple other guys were playing, you know, Wisconsin. And I was like, wow, it really is fun to have battleship accuracy that literally is just like, I mean, laser beam guns. Look at the dispersion right there. And boom, you can get shots like that every time. I mean, I feel like I don't miss with the Wisconsin, and it is a phenomenal battleship now. And it really took me to watch the video, like Euro's video back. If you check his YouTube channel out, really, really awesome. Euro, he's got over like what 100,000 whatever plus views and subscribers, I believe. I don't know. He's just popular, man. Really good. And really, when I watched it and I studied it, it tells me that I don't know everything, obviously, and really I can always learn and try to overcome different mentalities about things. And really, man, the Wisconsin was one of them. I just watched the accuracy on this bad boy here, and boom, right there. You can get these shots and really just being able to just change the tide and really tank too. I mean, you really can just lay in, go nose in, and just tank for a while. And I don't really use the funny button sometimes for the guns. I really sometimes use it just to survive and get that damage con back really fast. I can get the heal back fast as well. So it is a very, very survivable ship. The funny button also, like I said, it does come in, like, for example, the situation like this, where you have a broadside cruiser and you want to get those follow-up shots real fast. Like right there, look at that, 13,000. We pop the reload, I'm sorry, the funny button, bringing our reload down to, you know, 15-second reload now. So pretty much you're like a cruiser with, you know, basically accuracy, reload, firepower, almost not overmatched style. And look at that shot right there. That should have been a Devitt strike on the Plymouth. Unfortunately, it was angled. But like I said, these are only 406 millimeter guns, so nothing to really gawk at. But man, when these things connect, do they pack a punch? It is phenomenal, and I love it. And it's pretty much... you got basically battleship tanking armor with the capability of accuracy of kind of like a cruiser here. I feel like I'm like a Stalingrad, where I'm just having these guns that are just laser focused, being able to concentrate firepower and put 406 millimeter shells right where you want them, and really just melt cruisers, battleships, even destroyers. I mean, I'm literally just being able to laser beam a bunch of AP shells right into somebody, and it really does make it a game changer, and really just takes melts so much damage. You can see right there, look at that, 8,000. But like I said, you're going to see the damage take up so well. And look at that, I'm still tanking. I'm still literally the only guy at Alpha Bravo here. And with the funny button key being able to allow me to just get those damage cons and heals back super quick, it really is an incredible tanker. And really, everybody just focus on you. You're like, holy crap, this thing is literally unstoppable. And then literally, well, I don't know where the rest of my team is, but anyways, you can really hold a line and hold a flank. Where I just see the Wisconsin really excel is like I said, the flanks really do make it a game changer. Look at that shot right there, long range, 14-kilometer shot, taking out the Preußen right there, and being able to really eliminate ships that are capping and allowing your team to go in. Now, a lot of players, I mean, I don't know what's going on with you guys. You guys think that battleships and cruisers are supposed to go in. Like, when you have a destroyer asking a battleship to go in and cap, something's wrong here. You got to realize in an Unbreakable line, yes, you do have respawns. I mean, we pretty much know that. If you're playing it, you have to know that. And second is, you know, you have to kill the ships that are in the cap, first of all, and you also have to survive. Those are key components of this mode, where actually killing and surviving actually makes a difference. You can't YOLO into a cap, and I find that lately a lot of guys are going, get in the cap, and get in. I'm like, I get it, but you have to realize there are 5 other ships in the cap, so getting in the cap does you nothing if there is someone in the cap, and second is if all your team is dead. So pretty much Unbreakable Line is about killing ships to then progress into the cap. I mean, it's just so common sense. I mean, you can't go in the cap if you're dead, if your teammates are dead. So you have to destroy ships, and that's why it's called World of Warships. You have to war your ship into the objective in order to survive the war. Oh, geez, I don't know how else to explain it like that. But, man, there are some players that are just so one-sided focus, and it's really difficult for them to grasp that concept. All right, here we go. We're back to the game. Plymouth here showing, if he shows this nice cheeky broadside, I'm popping that. I already popped it, never mind. But I'm really going to just launch a bunch right there. Look at that shot right there. I guess we did pop it correctly. Look at that. All right. We are going to hold this sector, or the flank right here, because nobody's looking at us, and we're going to get nice kind of almost broadside shots. We've got Alpha, we've got Bravo, so I got ships at Alpha, and we are going to take Bravo, but we can't cap Bravo until these ships are dead. So, again, here's a clear demonstration of that. So we're going to use our supreme accuracy and firepower to just melt unsuspecting broadside battleships. And look at this right here. We got a Pommern. He's about 80,000 HP. Ooh, we got torpedoes coming at us. Hopefully those will run out before they hit us. And just look at this nice broadside shot. Just aiming right there, aiming right into his midsection. So the shells, I'll put the 6 and the 8 right there. This closer range is going to look wonderful. And look at that shot right there. And ouch, man, this thing does so much damage. You're getting like 14 to 15K salvos with just 2 guns. And look at that. We're getting another 5,800 hits right there on the back turret. I really noticed I don't use the back turret too much because I have to expose too much broadside. So really the bread and butter of this thing is just going kind of nose in, little angle there, and really just sitting there and tanking all day long. Look at this nice broadside cruiser. This is probably the only time I would expose my entire broadside. He slams into a tactical beach right there, which throws off my shots. Not after we hit a couple there. Now we're going to get the back turret into play right here, and look at this one shot. Look at that. Even the back turret by itself, look at that accuracy. Very, very nice spread. Love it, and we get a nice 4,400 shot right there. We pop the funny button to get myself in a better reload, but my God, it's hard to get this guy. He is just juking the throttle all over the place. And let's see if we can take this Cohorn out. M. Van Cohorn, it's that airstrike thing, isn't it? Look at that shot right there, 9,300 damage. And if he turns one more inch to the right there, we're going to get him. Right there, here's a nice shot. Look at that reload. The reload gives me the ability to do stuff like that. Taking out another cruiser right there. Now we're going to focus on the Preußen right there. Now being able to really come back and survive. Ooh, wait a second. Colombo showing some very, very nice cheeky broadside right there with 16K health left. We're just going to go ahead and keep him spotted. Which here we see it's so much decision making. I'm kind of going back and forth like, okay, who do I shoot here? Probably I'm going to take out the Colombo because he's the lowest health right now. Let's get him out of the game to secure the Bravo cap, and boom, there he goes. He goes down. Another kill. 5 kills are 193. You see how fast the damage can tick up here in the Wisconsin? It is incredible the amount of firepower you can bring to bear on the enemy. Let's see if we can take out the Preußen here so we can secure Alpha, making sure they don't get it. So we can continue to secure the lead right here, and very, very strong indeed. Yo Yang, also a very tempting target, but you know what? I feel like I can do a little bit more damage if I can take out this Preußen right here and get him out of the game. And that also gets us points too. If we can kill this battleship, it helps our points as well. We're at 930, they're at 700. Shot is out right there. Unfortunately, we do not survive, but we have 207,000 damage with 5 kills right there. And holy mackerel, this is incredible. Firepower galore. And you notice the build on the Wisconsin, I do have it for The next one I'll show you, I have it built for secondaries, which increases the firepower, not for the secondaries, but for the reload, and that it proves to be a very, very powerful ship. Unfortunately, we lose there, not after we do, but man, it was fun. My goodness, 5 kills, tons of citadel, 213,000 damage, and guess what? Yep, top of the team right there, doing an amazing amount of damage, but man, it's just fun. You know, my goodness, fun. Let's take a look at another video. All right, we are back in Hotspot Unbreakable Line with the Wisconsin Air. See, we can blast some other people. This is also a fun map to play because everybody's contesting it at the center of Alpha Bravo on the eastern side there with the island. And man, oh man, is this fun too. And it is actually pretty... because everybody likes to rush into this cap right here on the Bravo side. When people rush into here, you get so much broadside. It is incredible what kind of shots you get right here. And then it's so fun. Let's take a look here. All right, Wisconsin. Man, sometimes with Wisconsin, you're so tempted to... there's so many opportunities to take a shot, and you want to get that nice, juicy Citadel shot. And it just like, you're just overwhelmed. It's like, oh my gosh, who do I shoot right now? And really, it's just all about that decision-making. Say, okay, how do you know the mechanics and the physics of the game? Like, where can I do the most amount of damage that can really impact the game? So, Ohio pushing in right here. Look at that there, 8,500 damage. Not the kind of damage I was looking for, but hey, we got overpins on Wisconsin. That tells you the velocity of these guns right here. All right, we're going to make a decision here. We got Ohio, and then we have the Carl Van Johan, or Carl 14 Johan here. Let's see, who do we want to shoot first? Debating. I'm looking back and forth. The islands are in the way, so I can't take the shots on the left there. So we're going to... Ooh, Carl Van Johan. It looks like he wants to show some broadside. Now watch what we can do to a broadside battleship right here. Shots are out right into his side. Look at that, 20,500. I'm telling you, this is where you pop the funny button to get those follow-up shots real quick. And this is why Wisconsin is so freaking powerful. It's just the ability to do stuff like this. Back up, reload, full send, and boom, he goes down. Like I said, you can literally delete battleships just like that. And my gosh, this thing is incredible. Notice I have this as a secondary build now because why? We got the close quarters combat main battery reload time 10%, bringing it down to a 27-second base reload, and we haven't even had adrenaline rush and a funny button kick in. So this is where it shines. I was like, whoa, this is an incredible kind of build. And that's why I like Unbreakable Line. You can really try out different builds, and it's not just a standard mundane survivability build or whatever you want to call in randoms. I kind of like try different things, see which one is fun and more effective. All right, we're gonna take a shot right here. Oh, never mind. He goes down, and oh, we still get a hit on the... notice in the Unbreakable Line, the ships sink a lot faster to rejuvenate and then respawn them back in. So, man, they get out of the way real quick, and it's super dang fun. So now you can get better follow-up shots and just blapping people out of existence. All right, let's see if we can get around this corner here. If we can get a nice broadside shot, and let's shoot him in the ass right here. Ooh, we got 2 shells at least. And there's one ass shot, 8,500 damage, and oh, look at that, 10,400 damage. And this is where you pop the funny button key again for another follow-up shot on the Palmer right here. And let's see him coming in right now on the left. Let's see, we can shoot right at his broadside, and boom, look at that, 23,000 damage, ladies and gents, on 2 turrets. 2 turrets at 23,000 damage. That is wild. And look, they took a shot at us and scratched the paint. We just smile right back into another follow-up shot. Not after we see the Utrecht right here. Holy mackerel. This is a wet dream for a Wisconsin to see a broadside cruiser. Look at this. If only we had a funny button. But look, we got also... Hold on, look at that shot. Look at that shot. And... oh, nice shot on the Utrecht right there. We also have the Frisk and also close quarters. That gives us an additional... I believe 8 or 10%. I think it's 10%. When you're on fire, you get a 10% reload buff. So that is why I picked that as well. So now you're getting the guns down even faster now, almost like cruiser-like reloads. And look at that nice broadside shot, putting 8 and a 10 right there. And watch where the shells land, right approximately here, 8 and 10. Look at that broadside Citadel shot right there. Now the back turret comes into play. Des Moines now takes another shot, and boom! Look at that, like another Citadel right there from the Wisconsin. And if only we get on fire right here. Look at that. Here's fire, and this is Furious. Main battery reload minus 14.5%. Really questionable kind of build here, but we were getting some incredible reloads. And look at that shot, 17,000 back turret coming in right now on the Carl Johan. And now we got funny button bringing our health back to survivability. If we can get this health back in, come on, do I want to do it? Nah, I'd rather burn out and save that health for the next round. And that is why this is so incredible, the survivability. Look at this long range shot with the spotter plane, and I'm telling you, Wisconsin, look at that. Look at my range on the minimap. It goes all the way to the back almost. That tells you the power of Wisconsin right there. And look at that. Being able to hit targets at these ranges is also incredible, because now you're not just waiting to get in the cab. You can literally take shots from back of the spawn and still be a player and an impactful player in this game. And man, it is beautiful. I love the American flag flying on the Wisconsin there. Amazing, amazing view right there. I like the Missouri look as well with the American flag on the turret. Wish they would put that on there, but I guess that's a signature thing of the Missouri. Shot is out there going long range from downtown. And oh man, can we nail a Des Moines from here? This would be pretty incredible. Yeah, see if we can make a record shot for us here. Oh, never mind. He goes down. All right. Ooh, look at this shot right here. Carl Johan. Wait till he ran a tactical beach right there, and we'll wait till he stops. Wait till he stops. Right there. That's the spot right there. Come on, baby. You're right there. Give me a shot. Oh, never mind. He dies. All right. Ooh, look at this. We've got Utrecht coming down here on the right flank. Wants to play with us. So let's go ahead and see. Let him do the airstrike thing. We got a defensive fire A, but who cares? Let's see how many airplanes we can shoot down while we're taking funny shots right here. And just look at the angles he's at right now. So you think that being angled at this would, mitigate the damage? But just being able to do this, look at that. Bam. A lot of weak armor in the ass section right there. So we're pretty much just shooting. And it really still citadels the rear section right there. So we're not too worried. He's almost kind of baked in glass. So anywhere we hit really will do some kind of significant damage. We just got to make sure we don't die in the process of doing this. Back turret coming into play right now, so we'll get an extra shot. Now, he's going really, really fast for a cruiser. I was surprised. I had to really lead these shots. I was putting a 14 on him and still not being able to do it. Back turret right there coming into play. And look at that right there. Nice little hit, but not enough damage. A lot of overpins. Let's see. Let's get another follow-up shot right here. 3, 2, 1. All right, we'll aim a little bit higher this time, and hopefully we don't die. We are going to win this game anyway, so why not just have some fun? And a nice shot right there, 7,300 damage. Funny button coming into play now. Look at this. We're on fire. We're in secondary range. My reload is down to 12-second reload. My God. If you have a 12-second reload battleship, this is scary right here. And kablowie, one more shot back turret, and we get the shot right there. Wisconsin with a secondary kill? My God. Secondary kill, Wisconsin. And we win the game. 303,000 damage, ladies and gents, and we secure the flank. This thing is powerful and Unbreakable Line. I almost call this thing the USS Unbreakable. Pretty dang amazing right here. How do we do? Yep, top of the team. You're going to get a lot of top of the #1 teams with Wisconsin. You're just nailing shots over and over again, and it's proven to be devastating. Let's take a look at one last video to see how fun the USS Unbreakable Wisconsin is. All right, final game here in the USS Wisconsin on this map as well. Pretty dang fun. The cool thing, what do I think about the USS Wisconsin then, basically? Well, in my personal opinion, this thing pretty much is a very consistent damage dealer, and also being able, with the funny button, being able to do quick follow-up shots with great survivability. I think that's really what the name of the game of the Wisconsin is. And man, oh man, does it do it very, very well. I was wrong about this thing at first. I always said that it could be more powerful, but really I think it's just balanced really well enough for what it can be. Now, what would I like to see if it was in my world? What would I make Wisconsin have? I would really make it the secondaries just like Ohio. Why not? I mean, it has the identical secondaries. Just make them have the greatest dispersion ever and make them like Ohio secondaries. I don't know why they can't do that. Whatever. Funny button key gives a great shots. I would rather have it to have super heals. And, of course, everything else, spotter plane, everything else is like normal. So, in a perfect world, that's what I would like it to see. I just want it to be really super survivable with secondaries and let it go in and brawl and still do amazing shots. Because why not? Wisconsin was released as almost a FOMO gimmicky kind of event where you had to spend a lot of time grinding or credits and money or whatever it was, but it felt like it was expensive in a sense because you had to spend so much time and effort into it and resources if you wanted to blow through the dockyard event and so forth, but it was definitely worth it. In my personal opinion now, and man, that's what the name of the game of it is. It's really just consistent damage dealing with survivability. And oh man, if it only had secondaries, it would be phenomenal. But all right, let's take a look at how we're going to survive here. Really, I'm just going to tank right here. And this is why I thought it was hilarious that a battleship could literally just go right here and park at Alpha and Bravo here and hold literally 2 points against the enemy's will here, and they just literally couldn't do anything. They literally could not move a Unbreakable Wisconsin here. And man, just with the front 2 turrets, does this thing do a hell of a lot of damage, and it really is effective use of firepower. And man, oh man, is it incredible. Right here, broadside Montana. Montana here is our sister kind of, I guess you could say, sister clan ship. And it really, unfortunately, Montana just isn't able to do, like I said, look at that shot right there. Shooting at us and scratch the paint. Whoop-de-doo. Didn't do a thing to us, really. And we are just going to have a blast right here. And who is going full broadside? Marseille? Oh, man. Marseille going broadside to Wisconsin. Not a very smart idea. Okay, let's see if we can Citadel this thing. All right, put it right at the water line. Look at the accuracy on that bad boy. Look at that. Ouch. 11,000, but we get overpens on that. So we get nice damage. Unfortunately, the shells just did not connect with the Citadel there. And that's unfortunate, because that would have been a really, really nice shot for the replay, right? All right, we're going a little reverse here. We're going to see we can tank on a Jean Bart here, whose primary focus is the front 2 turrets as well. So it'll be kind of a duel here. Jean Bart tier 9, we are tier 10. So not really not really a fair fight, but just look at that right there. Look at that damage right there. 6,100, and we had an overpen. Unfortunately, we got a ricochet. I thought we were going to be able to hit the superstructure. That should have been at least 14k damage right there. But unfortunately, we don't get what we always want. So that's the RNG Jesus for you there. Let's see if we can nail them right under the turrets. So 5 second, let's speed it up here. 5 second reloads. Let's see, right under the turret there. Nice shot. Look at that dispersion. Yes, look at that. About 10k damage. We'll go ahead and hit the funny button, getting that reload down to about 13 seconds here. And here we go, full send. Another shot out. Let's see if we can get some damage there. 9,000, not what we want. I want about a 14,000 damage hit right here. Okay, look at that shot right there. And right at the turrets, finally, we break a turret there. Okay damage, not the greatest. Again, still holding the center. Even with the what is this called again? Close quarters and furious. Close quarters combat and furious. Look at that. We're getting reloads down to 23 seconds now. Man, they keep breaking my guns. Finally, someone takes the Jean Bart out. My goodness, thank you. Excuse me there. Here we go. Marseille broadside, and we still can't get a Citadel. My God. The 7600 will take it. Lepanto at Alpha is playing with our Adretico, and we are still... Ooh, a Raj as well. Look at that. We are literally holding this Alpha Bravo sector right here, and it's doing some crazy distraction and damage to the enemy team. They just can't seem to break in. I mean, just holding this little sector right here is proving to be very detrimental to the enemy team, as by doing this, it forces the enemy team to try to either push through unwisely, if you will, and then having my team also being able to push the flank and giving them breathing room so they can play and freeze up literally majority of our ships to go to the eastern sector of Bravo. Meanwhile, I'm still holding Alpha as opposed to letting the destroyer take it. So this has proven to be very, very powerful for us as well. Broadside Preußen right here, and we're going to see if we can take a shot right into his side, and holy cow, 18,000 damage. That's the kind of damage I like seeing right there. 18k hits. That's exactly why we like Wisconsin, for that power right there. All right, here's another follow-up shot. Shots out. Let's take a look, and do we get the shot kill? And boom, he goes down. Look at that. Preußen goes out of the game. We are now, the destroyer Orage is trying to do a torpedo run on us. And take a look, and we accelerate out of it. Very good right there. Nice acceleration on the Wisconsin. And let's see if we can take out this Montana right here. Okay, I know this Montana's coming around the corner. Let's see what we're going to do with it. Front turrets only. Front turrets only. Here we go. All right, here we go. Let's see how we do the shots. Right under his superstructure area. Look at that. 38,000 damage, ladies and gents, on a Montana. And let's see if we can get the F funny button key back into action here. We got the reload down to 12 seconds. We got close quarter combat. If we get on fire, we get the Furious. And look at that. 14k hits. 5 pins all together. Very, very nice shot right there. And we are still surviving right here. And now we've got the Furies activated. 21-second reload now. He did not want to do that to us. He's basically buffing our guns just by playing with us. And look at that, 13,000 damage. And this is not a good shot right here. If he takes a shot at our front section, we are going to hit a massive hit. Unfortunately, he gets overpins on 10k. See, that's the RNG's Jesus for you. Sometimes it just doesn't work out for you as well. So I feel you, brother. We're doing the same problem here. Let's see if we can get a nice shot on Lepanto. Look at that shot right out, and look at that 11,000 damage right there. Ooh, another 11,000. That's 22,000 hits right there, or 22,000 damage. John Bart trying to push in. Unfortunately, he is... Oh, we get a secondary kill as well again. My goodness, isn't that incredible? All right, let's see if we can take out... Ooh, nice slow roll. Broadside Marseille. Shot is coming out right here. See if we can get a Citadel. Can we Citadel this dang thing at least once? Oh my gosh, we'll take it though. 13,000 HP. And let's see if we can push in. Let's see here. What can we do? All right, we got Poison coming in. Let's take out this destroyer. He's getting... We're about to win this game anyways. We've blown out the team literally holding this sector right here. And here's a nice shot right here. Look at this. This is where the funny button comes in for destroyers right there. Still firing AP, doing 7,200 damage right there on AP alone. Funny button is pressed with close quarter combat active now. Getting our reload down to 12 seconds. If this is the final shot to take out the destroyer. And yes, we get the destroyer kill. 262,000 damage. Like I said, this thing is a damage dealer. And man, I literally played 3 games back to back and literally just had a blast in this thing, winning a lot of games with the thing. It just seems like, man, the Wisconsin is incredible. Look at that right there. Nice shots. Secondary focus. If the secondaries were literally super like Ohio, man, with this thing would be really cool as well. But man, we had a blast in Wisconsin. If you I'm sorry if you don't have it. It was a nice ship. It is a FOMO ship. If you missed out on it, man, are you missing out? It is incredible. It's a fun ship. 275,000, 75,000. And look at the number 1 on the team. Again, I've been getting a lot of games with Wisconsin in this thing, and it is really fun. Even though I'm a DD main, sometimes I treat the Wisconsin like a destroyer, just pushing in, brawling, having a blast, and Unbreakable Line. But man, oh man, is it fun. Build be at the end of the video for the secondary close focus there. And if you want to build it for more tank, it's just the standard tank build at the first video, but the last 2 were this secondary focused that I get the better reloads. But as always, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stop by. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you see me out there, make sure you say hello. Take care, and we'll talk to you soon. Cheers.
She's old school muscle with battleship grace. USS Wisconsin still setting the pace.